Today was not the best day for the stock market, guys, and we got to break it down in this video. We have to break down chart setups I like, stocks in general, and of course, we got to talk about the markets a little bit and what I'm doing. But before we do that, make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. You get up to 5 free shares of stock, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. I'm telling you guys, it's the best promo right now. Just use that link down below or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo, and all you have to do is deposit at least $100 and boom, you get up to 5 free stocks again, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So check it out, guys. The markets ended up tanking, heading into close. Let's pull up the intraday chart on SPY before we end up looking at the 20-day chart. What you guys can see is we were trading between 443.50 and about, let's see here, 441.75. Within that little $2 window roughly is where we were trading between 10:30 a.m. to about, where was it? The beginning of power hour. And then once power hour hit, SPY ended up breaking under 441.75 and it ended up going all the way down to 439.39. So we're talking it went down over 0.5% in power hour. And let's see triple Q. I'm assuming it was even worse. I mean, it's got to be, right? Triple Q broke under 342, which it held pretty much all day up until power hour, and it went all the way down to 340.54. So, now that I'm looking at it, it went down about 0.5% in power hour, roughly the same as SPY. And I forgot to mention how much these indexes went down today. The NASDAQ went down 2.3%, the Russell went down 0.7%, S&P down 1.7%, and we had the Dow Jones down 1.2%. The VIX ended up going back over 24 points. It went up 15% on the day, and we had gold and silver like expected. They did very well. Silver up 1.7%, gold up about 0.6% on the day. So let's talk about these charts, break them down a little bit more. So we obviously can tell we hit a fresh low on the intraday chart. We had a very red power hour session on both SPY and triple Q. And what else we can notice now, if we pull up the 20-day chart, I guess we can start with SPY, going back to SPY. What we're noticing is we were holding 441.75, 442, which was support from the 21st of March. I mentioned this in my video earlier today, so make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos. I mentioned how that was a huge level of support. Now, look, we collapsed under it. We closed under 440 in general. We're in the 439s now. So the fact that we failed at 442, we broke 440. To me, guys, it seems like we are now filling the gap down to 436. Whether that happens tomorrow, later this week, next week, I don't know. That is what, based on what we're seeing right now, could end up happening. And same thing with, let's see here, triple Q, right? Triple Q ended up, actually, I mean, this is, it was already below a big support when I filmed my previous video. It got under, where was it? 344, 345. Now we pretty much filled the gap down to about 340. So I'm going to put a mark is at or below alert here on triple Q, and I'm going to put it at 340. If we end up breaking under that point, there could be some downwards pressure, maybe down to 336, 337. That is the next gap to fill here on the downside. So head and shoulders, we talked about that last video. Again, make sure to subscribe. On triple Q and SPY, we have this head and shoulders, and it's just accelerating, guys. It's playing out. The right shoulder, it's getting deeper into the red, and we'll see if this lasts. Of course, tomorrow we have the CPI data for March coming out, which we all know, everybody and their grandma knows, guys, that number is not going to be pretty. It's going to be ugly, and we're going to break it down in tomorrow's videos, of course. I mean, why wouldn't we? So we all know it's going to be ugly, but just a fair warning, that number's coming out tomorrow morning, pre-market, 8:30 a.m. on the East Coast. So the markets do have about an hour, well, I guess exactly an hour, to kind of digest that number before the market opens. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about inflation, CPI? Are you expecting maybe a pop in the markets tomorrow, or are we going to see this red continue? Drop me a comment. Make sure to hit the like button, and let's talk about some stocks now. We have some nice setups here that I want to talk about. Number one, which I got in a comment. Shout out to you. I forget who commented this, but somebody reminded me about Live Nation. LYV is the ticker. This is actually one that I had on my watch list, on my radar a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2-3 months ago, honestly, and I forget why it's not on my watch list anymore. It's funny. Sometimes stocks, they just, obviously, they don't magically vanish, but it seems like they do. They magically vanish off my watch list. But I'm putting it back on my watch list right now, guys. There we go, LYV. And take a look. Today, in general, LYV doesn't seem like, did it just literally break even today? It looks like it broke even today, which is nuts to break even exactly. That seems like what LYV ended up doing today. It closed right around $108 a share. And what we're noticing here is, in the grand scheme of things, on the 4-hour chart, we see an ascending triangle. You guys notice this has been making higher lows since, when was that? The beginning of August. And we've been seeing resistance at about 127 since the beginning of November. So we've been uptrending, higher lows rather, but we have not been making higher highs, hence the ascending triangle. So at this point, we are trading under both moving averages on the 4-hour chart. You guys noticed that, but we are holding the uptrend at $106. Previous low was about $100. Before that, 84, 76, yada, yada, yada. So this looks good, but we got to, in my opinion, break back over 110, 115, and that's where this could really start gaining steam. From 115, I think it could go to 125 like that. So I like the setup here. It looks great, but we just got to get the confirmation of a pop, which we're not getting there. We're not there quite yet. We are consolidating. We have been the past 1, 2, 3, 4 days of trading, but we haven't gotten the pop yet. And for the pop, I'm going to be watching this 5-day, 5-minute chart, and I'll probably put an alert at maybe 100. I'll do $111. Actually, maybe 112. We'll put one at 112 for now. And I don't care if this alert doesn't hit tomorrow, the next day. I just want to have it here in general so I don't forget about it. And if it does hit that alert, whenever it is, I get alerted, and then we'll see, if I want to buy the stock and so forth. So that is LYV Live Nation. Another one that I'm keeping my eyes on, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are as well, Twitter, TWTR. This is, if we're being quite honest right now, Twitter's probably the most exciting now with Elon Musk doing all the craziness that he's doing on Twitter. He's buying the stock 9.2%. This is probably the most fun, exciting, and entertaining. Let's just say that. Entertaining Twitter has been since Trump was president. I mean, let's be honest. Now Twitter is the most fun, entertaining, whatever you want to say, since Donald Trump was president, in my opinion at least, and let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. And the stock's really been crushing it. I mean, you guys know, and obviously the stock's going up because of Elon Musk, not anything fundamental quite yet, and we'll see if it does in the future, but it's been going up. It went up a lot last week. It shot 30-40% in a day, and then it started to sell off. That's what we're seeing, and today it had a good day. We'll talk about that in a second, but first, let me show you the sell-off, right? We hit about $55 last week, and we got all the way down to $42 in the pre-market today. So what that means is this stock went down 23% from the high last week to the lows today pre-market. That means it went in a bear market very quickly, and then it snapped back about 13% from the pre-market low. So this is very volatile. It's going up 50%, down 20%. It shot up 13% from the low pre-market to where it pretty much closed. So, I mean, this is very volatile, and by the looks of it, the uptrend's holding. We're above the moving averages. We have a golden cross. Buyer stepped in right around the 50 SMA, about $42, $45. Now we're running up towards 50. This looks like, no joke, guys, it's trying to break out. I mean, we even have a golden cross on the 5-day, 5-minute chart. If this starts breaking $48, $49 into the 50s, we might go back. I think, honestly, it will at that point. If it breaks 50, my bet is it will go back and test the recent highs, $55. There's a lot of hype around this stock right now. It's fresh too. It's fresh hype. I don't know how to say that, but you guys kind of know what I mean. Elon Musk just bought more shares, or not more shares. He just bought shares. Will he buy more shares? That's a golden question. What's he going to do with the company or with his now passive stake or whatever you want to call it? What's he going to do? What influence is he going to have? So I think it's very fresh. And for that reason, I'm watching Twitter. I don't own any stock in Twitter. I don't own any shares, but who knows? I might. If it breaks 48, 49, $50, I might trade it. We'll see how that goes. Splunk is another one. SPLK is the ticker. Look at this, guys. This stock has been reversing slowly but surely the past couple of weeks, months at this point. I mean, we called it out, I think, when it was in the 120s. Now we're in the low 130s. What we're noticing is we're above both moving averages. We have been, now we're under the 50, but we're still overall reversing. We have a golden cross, which is great. And recently, like I said, it's under the 50 now. We've sold off a good chunk. The stock's down 12% in the past just 4 or 5 trading days, and it's still holding the uptrend. Like I mentioned, where we are right now is above the 180 SMA, above 125, 130 bucks, which you guys can see that is a higher low compared to the previous low, compared to the previous low, and the previous low, right? So this is holding the trend. We just have to see now, wait and see. Patience is key, guys. We have to wait and see if this ends up breaking out or showing any signs of a reversal, which on the 5-day chart, if you guys take a look, it's not there yet. We just hit a fresh low this morning. We cracked under 130 bucks. We closed over 130, which is good, but this morning we broke that support, which is not good. So I'm going to set my alert at maybe $137. $137 mark is at or above. If we end up breaking out of that, which was the high point from 2 trading days ago, which was Thursday, if we break 137, the highs from Friday, and of course the highs from today, that might be a good sign that we're starting to move back towards the upside. And going back to that 4-hour chart, that would show us that the uptrend's continuing, and we might go back and test the recent highs. 150 bucks, maybe we break those highs. Who knows? So SPLK Splunk looks pretty good. And did you guys see Tesla today? I'm not sure where it closed, but I saw it earlier in the day. It was back under 1,000 bucks a share, just like that. And we know, at this point, we know Tesla is very volatile. It can move 150 points in a day. It could drop that much in a week. It could move 5%, 10%. It's one of those stocks. And today it went down a good chunk, 4.8%. It gave back a good chunk of those gains. In fact, this stock has been giving back a lot of the gains in the past roughly 3-4 trading days. If you guys recall, Tesla was at 750 bucks just a month ago, which is nuts. It was just 1 month ago. It was at 750. It ran all the way to 1150. It ran 52% in a month, and now it's down about, let's see here, 16%. So it lost 16% after gaining, what was it again, 54% roughly. So it's still net up 30 some odd percent, whatever that is. It's up a good chunk still, but this goes to show how quickly it can sell off. And now we're back under 1,000, and it seems like we have a head and shoulders playing out here on Tesla. Let me show you guys this, and this is on the 4-hour chart, by the way. We have the left shoulder right here. We got the head right here. Where is it? There we go. And then we have the right shoulder right here. Now we're clearly under the 50 SMA, and we're about to go test the 180 SMA. And if we get very oversold, which now that I'm looking at it, we are oversold, we're going to see a little short-term snapback. No doubt about it. Short-term snapback. We might even get that tomorrow or Tuesday. Who knows? Tomorrow we have the CPI data, so maybe not tomorrow, but maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever. Mixing the days up here, guys. Maybe the next day, and the more oversold it gets, the more in need of a snapback that it is, or that it needs. Let's say tomorrow Tesla drops another 40, 50 bucks, which today it went down 50 bucks, and it hits that 180 SMA at 900, 925. I could see a snapback rally back to 1,000 plus at that point. And again, you guys know how nasty this stock moves in both directions. You know, it really is one of those stocks. So TSLA, Tesla, watch it. As always, we're watching Tesla, guys. And Costco's another one. Finally, freaking finally, Costco is selling off. Today it went down 2.5%. Pretty bloody day for Costco, and it's now down about $30 from the recent all-time high it hit, which was right around $612 a share. And in other words, it is down about 5% from the all-time highs, which is really nothing considering some stocks out there are down 80-90% from their all-time highs that were hit just recently. Some stocks, some are getting hit more than others. So the fact that Costco's only down 5% and it just hit an all-time high, it's not really feeling the pain of this market whatsoever. So it's clearly showing strength in this market. We all know they're very good. Owning Costco, honestly, is a great inflation hedge, and we're not going to dive into that in this video, but you guys know what I mean. If you know what I mean, it's a good inflation hedge, this company, and it's one that, again, is showing strength here, and any weakness within the uptrend that we get, we have to look at. And by we, I mean me, because you don't take financial advice from me, because I'm not a financial advisor. But just know what you understand what I'm saying, right? Every dip that we've seen here, whether it's a 5% dip, 10-15% dip over the past couple of months, it's been bought up. So every time we move down here, I'm seriously considering Costco. Walmart, it's pretty much the same thing. Walmart is now down. Well, today it went down 2%, and now it's down overall a little bit more than 2%. Let's see here. It's down about 3.5% from the recent high that it just hit at $158.41. And I do believe that is an all-time high. So both Costco and Walmart, guys, they're at all-time highs, which I don't want to say is crazy. I mean, if we had to compare the two, I would say Costco's run is way more crazy. I mean, look at this chart, guys. Costco just about 2.5, 3 years ago was $220 a share. Now it's at $600. Walmart about 2-3 years ago was what? $100 a share. Now it's at $150. So, and mind you, Walmart, if you guys take a look, the stock has not done anything in almost a year and a half, about a year and a half. It's just now breaking out of the highs from November of 2020, not 2021, 2020. It's now breaking out of those highs. So Walmart, it's looking good, guys. I think this momentum could continue. And I'm not saying Costco momentum won't continue. All I'm saying is that Walmart stock's kind of been in what's the word here? In a funk over the past year and a half. Now's the time that it's starting to catch some steam. So we got to watch it. WMT. And the last one here, which I've talked about a lot, is Square, SQ. Today, Square did pretty well, or Block, whatever the heck you want to call it, right? I'm still calling it Square for now. I'm still going to call it Square. But SQ today, it only went down 0.1%. Nothing, really. 14 cents. Literally nothing compared to the overall stock market, where we had the NASDAQ down 2.5%, Russell 0.7, yada, yada, yada. It was a bloody day out there. So the fact that Square held pretty much at break even, we held the uptrending channel, we held above the 180 SMA. All of these things are very positive for Square right now. And just like some of the other stocks, what was it? Splunk, or maybe, yeah, I think Splunk was one of them. Some of the other ones in this video, we talked about how they're holding the uptrends, but they're just not reversing on the 5-day chart quite yet. And Square's kind of in that same category. It's holding the uptrend, but it's not quite yet getting a full breakout reversal. And we're currently at $123. That full breakout reversal could maybe come at, I would say, 128, 130. If we get into the 130s, that's where in general we'll start gaining a good amount of steam, in my opinion. So I'm gonna put my alert. With that being said, I probably should put my alert at $130 a share just for now, and we'll watch it. So mark is at or above $130 a share, and let's see how long we're in here. Oh, about 20 minutes. I'll probably edit this video down. We'll get about 18-ish minutes in for you guys. So That's it. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, drop me a comment, subscribe. We're almost at 25,000, guys. Make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to join my Patreon if you want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs. If you want everything I'm doing, stocks I'm buying, and today I did buy some things. All of that I post in real time on Patreon, link down below. Or you can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon and make sure to also get your free money. You get up to 5 free shares of stock, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. Just use my link down below for Moomoo. Deposit at least $100 and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out.